Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Terry at Holding Your Space, and this is Morning Meditation Tribe. So, anytime you see this, it's a good time. Hi, Annie Bear. Hi, Jeff. How are you? Hi, Carol. Good to see you. Man, how is everybody today? I am waking up still, drinking my coffee. Got my favorite cup. Missing my daughter today. This is her cup. Little sloth. Anyway, we're going to have a talk tonight. She's in Australia and it's hard to connect sometimes. So, getting her done. Getting her done tonight. And I don't know if anybody saw Debbie last night. She was really good. Good morning, Maruta. How are you? And I really loved her explanation of all the energy coming in and how whatever we're feeling now, this energy would multiply tenfold. So that's pretty exciting. Hi, Lauren. How are you? Good morning, beautiful. Golly. Um, so, talk about a fun night. And then I watched, okay, I got to say this. I bought a movie on Prime, and it's that new Tony Collette movie, Mafia Mom, I think is the name of it, or Mafia Mama. I think it's Mafia Mom. Anyway, incredible. I've watched it 3 times. So it's very empowering. It's about taking adversary, can't pronounce that this morning, and making it something beautiful. So Tony is versatile, right? Right, Jeff? And you know how sometimes everything goes in waves, right? And so then I was looking for something to watch. I was going to watch something different last night to kind of chillax. And the original, what's her name? Princess of the Desert. Oh, golly. Now it eludes me. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, came on. I didn't watch it. I went back to Mafia Mom, whatever it is, and watched that. But I love that movie too. I love this. I love that Australian humor. It's kind of like a cross or in between the British humor and the American humor, I think. It's still silly, right? Really a little dry, like British humor. Hi, Miss Charlotte. Good to see you. Maruta is here. Um, anyway, so I guess now is a good time to talk about things that we can do to kind of settle us, like not repress our feelings when we're going through all this change with the eclipse. But good morning, Deb. How are you? Good to see you. Love and light, grand rising, and things that we can do to calm ourselves and kind of collect ourselves. And this morning, I pulled this. Maruta will know Vajra Yogini, which I think is the correct pronunciation. But she's a Dakini, which is a tantric priestess, and she's also a female Buddha. So they say she's the Buddha of all Buddhas, or the essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred, everything immaterial for my liberation. And she carries her sword, and it's a lot like the power sword, I think, of Archangel Michael, that cuts through everything that doesn't serve us. And she also carries, I was reading about her, a bowl of blood, which represents the ego, and an offering to the ego to release it, and get beyond it, which is really beautiful. Yeah. Teresa. One of the Teresas is here. Hi, Teresa Ford. How are you? Yeah. So I love this for us right now because of everything that's going on. And I pulled one of our other ones, which I love, and there is only light. So it's all energy, right? It's all light. So everything that's coming in, even though it might be not exasperated, but or extended, but expounded. I don't know. It grows. So as it grows, so do we. We just have to use it that way and use our Dakini sword. So, how is everybody? Are you tired? Are you worn out from the energy yet? Or are you like driving on it? I feel like I go up and down and up and down. Yeah, Deb, beautiful pure light, right? Yeah. And I love Debbie's talk about driving our own bus and having all our mini me's around us in our bus. Miss Charlotte, you're drained. I'm kind of feeling um like that too. Yeah, a little drained. So I go from extremes right now. I feel 1 minute I'm drained, and the next minute I'm like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr." Oh, Carol, you've been sleeping a lot. Great. I got a great night's sleep last night. Last night I was just gone. So I woke up and looked for my cat, and he was still outside. Wasn't listening to us. Oh, Jeff Bailey, uneven energy for you. Yeah. Maruta, yeah, I bet you're sleepy still, right? Um, yeah. Annie Bear, mostly feeling quiet, like I've talked too much, right? Teresa Ford says, like, oh, keep forgetting that we can do this on this. Like swimming the breaststroke up and down. Yeah. Yeah. Sleep is luxury, isn't it? I don't think we know that till we get older. Maybe we do as babies, right? And then we find it again because it is a luxury. I That's one of my greatest luxuries is waking up and having my coffee or my tea in bed and just um, being okay with it. Yeah, yeah, either sleeping or wide awake. Oh, Carol, you have blackout curtains in bed by 8 p.m. I've got to say, I sleep and wake up usually with the rhythm of the earth, and it's I'm like that too, Carol. I go to bed early, so I'm in bed before sunset in the summer, and then up by sunrise, a little before it. Menopause all over again. Amen, sister. Hot, chilled, then hot again. Yeah. Oh, Carol. Okay. Fresh, clean sheets. Like when I have laundry day and I change my sheets, that is one of my favorite things. I always get so excited to go to bed at night. And it's a luxury. That's another little luxury. Sleeping, a good night's sleep, and fresh, clean sheets. Lauren, I like the visual of driving the bus and reassuring ourselves that we are safe. Right, Lauren? I thought that was beautiful. Yeah, and that all parts of us are safe, and being able to see all those parts, being able to see that all those inner children that maybe had something that happened, or golly, teenagers, right? Um, that have things going on in their lives and maybe didn't get to sit at the table, the cool kid table, or whatever, but made their way around. And you know, there's all these people in our lives, right? All these different pieces of us, aspects. Maruno, you might fall asleep during meditation. Honey, if you do, then your body needs it. So that's good. Oh, Annie Bear, you dreamed you were walking a tiny dog that turned into a tiny man, was dying in your arms. Transformation. Yeah, that's, I mean, I think that's pretty good. I don't know how you feel about it. Yeah. Let's do a card about the dream. Let's see here. I'm going to pull that. Keep that. We'll do one of these. Miss Charlotte, amen. Crisp, clean sheets. And yes, you want to make the bed and just swoosh in it right away. Right? That is one of those little things. I think as we, not necessarily as we get older, but as we kind of don't look out here all the time for everything and what we want and what we need. And then it's like you see the light in people and you see the light in little things. Does that make sense? Okay, this is for Annie Bear about her dream. Oh, this is remembrance of something, Annie Bear. So, I got a big hit on that. So, this is you coming into your power. This is you awakening. So, and this is so perfect for this time, right, Annie Bear? So, put that back up. So, this is about Annie Bear's dream. And it was about a tiny dog that turned into a tiny man that was dying in your arms. So, death is about transformation and dreams, change. And there's lots of changes going on right now. So, and remembering brings in changes, doesn't it? Because we're going to get a lot of downloads right now with all the energy coming in. So, and you can recognize them or you can't, it's up to you. But part of you knows them already. So, you're just kind of, like they say, we only use 4 or 5% of our brain, and the rest is all functioning on all these different levels. So you're going to remember something, some big downloads coming in, honey. So let's see. Hugging the disassociated parts and bringing them back into our hearts. Oh, Teresa, that's beautiful. That's a t-shirt. Hugging the disassociated parts and bringing them back in through our hearts. Right? All those little kids. All those beautiful little kids. Oh. Yeah. Annie Bear's got a weighted blanket. I love those. Carol says, when I got divorced and nothing except a mattress and a rented room, my LOA gratitude was how wonderful my clean sheets were. Even had an email clean sheets. I love that. Right, Carol? And look at you now. I mean, what a transformation. That's amazing. Jeff. Oh, I do remember when you did that, Jeff. And I think I just started I don't know if this was the time or not, but I remember this happened to somebody. And I think it was you. And I had just started the channel. And well, I don't know, maybe it was a few months in, and I was doing some meditations, and somebody fell asleep. I think it was you, Jeff. And I thought, oh, well, maybe I went too far. Maybe we went too deep. But you were so sweet about it. You were a darling. Yeah. Yeah, Teresa Ford. I think it is a dream about growth and transformation. Yeah. It does feel very nurturing. Yeah. And that you were holding this tiny man that had changed from a dog too, that you were witnessing the transformation and you were aware of it. Hi, Viviani. Amen. Annie is an amazing woman. We are all amazing. And Annie is particularly amazing. Viviani, hi, honey. How are you? Um, oh yeah, disassociating. So it's so true, isn't it? And that's a tool, that a lot of us learn, either from our childhood or any time in our life that we need to disassociate and something out here is not working. So we go within. Um, yeah, I've been through that, and I feel like I wonder what that has to do with ADD because I've definitely got ADD. Like sometimes I have to read something 3 or 4 times before I get it, and if it's in a book, I don't get it as well as if it's on a screen. I've really noticed that about my learning habits, but in my attention, I always say if a butterfly goes by, then everything changes. So yeah, Carol, Teresa says, I'm sure that was a hard time, but you survived and learned you were enough all by yourself. Yes, she is so strong. You are so strong, Carol. That's beautiful. Yeah, I've had some, golly, um, I got divorced once, widowed once, but broke up with a lot of boyfriends. And some of those I lived with. So we were partners. And some of them I wound up with not very much physically, but, um, and sometimes I felt like parts of my soul were a little tattered too, right? And I had to bring everything back in. So I've had that mattress on a floor before a few times. Viviani says, a couple of nights ago, I had a dream I was outside at night and saw a rainbow in the night sky. Ooh, Viviani. Um, so a rainbow is a spectrum, right? And I'm just going to say that this is awareness and probably working with ascended masters, Viviani. So working with different, um, what's it called? Different rays of light coming in. So are you working with Saint Germain, Viviani? But this is good because seeing the spectrum of light, seeing the rainbow is auspicious, isn't it? Like that pot of gold. Yeah. Yeah, Teresa. Carol should be very proud of herself, how far she's come. Oh, Viviani, you're calling on Saint Germain often. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I think that it's going farther than that for you now. Are you working with any of those Theosophan Society rays of light? That's something we should maybe look at studying as a group. I find it very interesting that um, Mother Theosophia Rising, I think, is her channel. She works with all those ascended masters, and it is beautiful. What's this one? Yeah, I love Saint Germain. Teresa Ford says, Viviani, maybe that was the light from the central sun of the universe. Ooh, in the universe. That's beautiful. Yeah, that would be a big rising, wouldn't it? The central sun in the universe. That's beautiful. Um, I feel like I love that Debbie talked about whatever we feel, we might feel 10 times more. So, and we've talked about that it's going to be a big wave of energy coming in and riding the top of it. Lots of support here for you, Carol, my dear. You are a strong woman. I got divorced many years ago, and it was such a painful experience. It is a painful experience, isn't it? And sometimes I feel like that's so unfair because I feel like when my husband died, I almost got a divorce first. He was he had brain cancer and he was misbehaving, we'll say, and draining our finances on our company and doing all sorts of things. And so I had talked to a divorce attorney to separate all the assets because I had my kids to raise. They were still pretty young. And yeah, and I felt like, and then it was at the point where he was dying, and it was, and I got, being a widow, I felt like I got more sympathy than if I was going through a divorce. And I feel like we need to treat those kind of equally in a way so that, like, I've always felt like we needed a grief center, right, for people that had been through divorce and kind of treating it the same way as being a widow or a widower. And because it's that you still lose your place in the tribe, right? Your tribe is changes, like your nucleus, being a couple or being in a family, and your position in that tribe of what you think of yourself as being changes. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Deb, you made preparations to be on lockdown. Yeah? Yeah, Viviani. You don't have kids, but the divorce process was very difficult. Yeah, loss is loss, right, Deb? Amen. Amen. Um, Another T-shirt. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you have kids or not, right? It is very difficult, and and wouldn't it be nice if something like that happened in our lives, and then there was like our culture and our government or anybody had centers for us. So we knew, oh, I'm going through this. So I'm going to go to this center and this is how I handle this. I'm going to go in and get massages. I'm going to get therapy. I'm going to be in a group. I did go to a group thing for it. Miss Charlotte says, I remember thinking I was so lucky to be independent when my relationship ended. I was able to continue. I always tell younger girls to make sure you can suffice for yourself first. Right, Miss Charlotte? I think that's excellent advice. Yeah. Bring your taxi fare. Yeah. Hi, Bora Bora. How are you? Good to see you. Hello, Jordan. Great to see you this morning, this afternoon for you in England. Yeah, Carol. Grief is grief, right? Yeah. If you guys haven't been on Jordan's channel, he has amazing energy. Yeah. It would be wonderful to have something. Yeah, and I feel like, then we need that touch, right? Because when you're going through grief or divorce, you often don't get that touch. And Teresa Ford says, "When we outgrow friends and have to move away from that, it can be very painful." Amen, Teresa. Yeah, and also when you're in a partnership, your friends change, right? When you go through that divorce or lose them, through death. You still that everything changes, right? That atmosphere of going out as couples. I mean, I've got friends from back then, but it does change. Having the belief that something better is coming and trusting the universe is there to catch you. Yeah, that is so beautiful. I love that. Right. There is something better out there for us always, isn't there? Yeah. Our society cannot even address better women's health care. Well, yeah, because we're taking it all away, aren't we, Deb? I mean, yeah. Hug centers, Teresa. Yeah. Yeah, Lauren, that is a t-shirt. Loss is loss. We should take the time to grieve to that t-shirt. Yeah. What is Jeff saying? The sad thing about grief, no pun intended, is that you think you are making progress and you're set back even more, it seems sometimes. Right? Well, I don't know about you guys, but with my grief, I'd be doing fine and riding high, and then all of a sudden, boom, my old friend grief would come back to grate me again. And and it was surprising how much it, you know, would pull me down. For me, um, I finally made friends with grief, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go out there and I made a room in my house. I mean, it was already in my house, but I made that my special place. That I knew that if I was going to go into that state of grief, then I was going to make friends with it and get a glass of wine for it and turn on Netflix for it if I wanted to, or some music, and lay on that sofa and either cry or sleep or watch a comedy movie. Bora Bora, Divorce with No Children. Yeah. And, it happens, right? And sometimes when that happens, then we're not given enough sympathy, I think, because divorce, bereavement. Thank you, Jeff. That's the perfect word. Bereavement doesn't matter. Um, it's bereavement, whether it's from a divorce or from a death. It is bereavement. I remember my therapist at the time saying, um, you're going through something that a lot of my um, clients, um, going through divorces and their husbands are still going to be alive. And she said, and now, going through maybe a divorce. And then he was not fatally, what's it called when you're ill, terminally ill. Um, she said, then you can release because you won't be seeing him anymore. And anyway, that sounds morbid, but it is a closing to that door, even though he came around a lot after he died. So, yeah, you do become displaced because you're now single in a couples group. And sometimes we are not welcome, are we? As single people in those groups kind of have to watch everything we do. Yeah, our society doesn't acknowledge grief, does it? Oh, no. That's my therapist said I was kind of in an enviable position in a weird way. And that does sound morbid, but that there were lots of horrible things going on in that process. And um, sometimes I think that was a gift he gave me so that when he died, I didn't miss him so much because it was kind of scary. Yeah. Teresa says, society has told us to hide our grief because it makes others uncomfortable, even more so with men. That's so cruel to tell men that they can't feel their pain. Right, Teresa? And I remember going places and I'd have to turn around and come home because I'd just start crying. And I'd call my girlfriends up and say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to make it tonight. And they hung in there, some of them, and others I lost. But others then you lose too. I don't know about you guys, but that made me kind of go into spirituality even more and go back to my woo woo self that I kind of ignored for a long time. What is this? Oh, yeah, we just said that. Oh, Annie Bear says there's an awesome show on Apple TV called Shrinking. It begins about grief and counselors. It is real funny, hilarious. See, and And that's, I love that because there is this, um, humor about it too. And who else here goes to a funeral and talks to all the people that aren't in the physical bodies? And they're funny, the spirits at funerals, if you talk to them. I mean, you can't tell everybody else you're talking to them, but overhearing all their conversations. Yeah, they still use archaic mammogram machines that are actually painful sometimes. I bet if a man had to put his testicles in one of those machines, it would have been changed yesterday, right? It's like no birth control for men. Yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that, Deb. That is so funny. Yeah, Teresa. Jeff, you deserve the release of cleansing fears. Your little boy inside deserves all the love and care he can to heal. And our inner child is always feeling and wanting to be accepted. Yeah, definitely. Miss Charlotte says, not sure being single is seen positively. For a lot, it means there's something wrong with you. It's a feeling I get anyway. I get the same feeling now, Miss Charlotte. I agree with you there. Um, and quite frankly, I like having two nightstands. I always say one is just filled with books, but the other one, I can have my coffee. If I want to have a glass of wine before I go to bed, it's there. If I want to have, um, a water and a sparkling water, I mean, and books, more books. So, um, so not only do you have the person you love dying on you, but then they're being erratic. Yeah, Deb, that was complicated. That was a complicated death. It's the exact same thing. Yeah, that's funny. Well, we all think alike, don't we? I mean, this is that community. Um, and I've heard yogis say that, Deepak and Roger Gabriel and people, that those thoughts are out here and this energy is out here and it's coming in. We just have to tap into it and getting that knowledge. But we're all definitely in that tribe and are going to start picking up more and more things to the same thing. Um, yeah. So I love what Deb had to say about Debbie had to say about driving our bus. And oh, Deb worked in the children's ICU before you retired. Wow, Deb. That thank you for that because I always think that that's just amazing working with those kids. Carol says, I like being alone. When I get with girlfriends, they're bitching about the men in their lives. I just sit there smiling. Right, Carol? I don't mind being single right now. I would like companionship again, but I've got some really good friends, and we have this community here, which is beautiful too. So I feel really blessed. Oh, Carol says, I feel blessed for the man I've had in my life and how they showed me the duality of what I will and will not tolerate. One is their path also, and I hold no judgments towards them. Carol, wow, you are a yogini. That is amazing. So that was something in my group because judgment towards people sometimes it's hard to let go of, right? Or the way we look at somebody, like we look at them as an abuser, or we look at. Um, I had a relationship with a woman that we had been friends, we'd raised our kids together, and then something happened. And she said that she didn't want her daughter around their group anymore. And that meant an extended group, or my daughter. Um, and it was just something about it marijuana cigarette, a joint or whatever they call it now. Doob. I can't remember what they call it now. Anyway, but and I've held such a spot in my heart that hurts so bad because of that for so long. And then this class I'm going through, they said, when you label that person as an abuser, then you label yourself as abused. Or if you label that person as incapable, then you have to be the one that's capable for taking care of them. But if you change that label in that situation or that box that you put them in, so and change the label on the box as that they're learning, right? Or that they are um, judgmental, and then you change your label, not being judged, but that you are um, you're free of judgment, perhaps. So Carol says, Debbie and I had a conversation about this. Maybe this is something to explore in our members group. Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. And I've got all these things up on my wall. Um, I don't think I put that one up because we just learned it this week. Friend breakups can be, oh my God, I broke up with one of my best friends, Teresa. And yeah, friend groups, oh, friend breakups. Oof. It was, I woke up every morning and thought about her. We were so close. Yeah, it's hard. It is hard. And it does entail your whole family, doesn't it? Because you've brought that's another thing that you judge yourself on because you brought this person into your family. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Carol brings up a great thing. Yeah, if you want to be a member of Debbie's uh, group, and she has Friday afternoons for members, and that's really, really nice. And we read cards for each other. If somebody comes in with something going on in their lives, then we all help with it. It's really nice. Miss Charlotte says duality is much more prominent now, isn't it, Carol? It's like Abraham says, when you know what you don't want, you automatically know what you want. And what else does she say? Oh, hell yes. I love that. Annie Bear, friend breakups hurt. Yeah. Oh, Miss Charlotte says the best explanation I had on duality is, do you want war or do you want peace? That's it, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Teresa says, I broke up with a friend years ago and still miss her, even though I know it was the right thing to do. Yeah, I still miss this woman too. She was funny, she was bright, she had a lot going, and I loved her family. I mean, she had this big, huge family, and they were my family. So that's another thing, right? When you go through a divorce or a bad breakup or whatever it is, you lose that family too. Oh, Miss Charlotte, Carol says she's been a Abraham Hicks follower since the early 90s. Wow. I didn't find her until like 3 or 4 years ago. She's amazing. Oh, Annie Bear, you just joined your group. You're going to love it. You're absolutely going to love it. Pray and meditate to Archangel Michael to take your resentment to the universe, Delphi says. The universe be blessed and turn it into love. I did that and you will be free. I love that, Delphi. That's beautiful. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Miss Charlotte. That's what it is. But it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. That's it. That's another t shirt. I know it's Abraham's t shirt, but it's beautiful. Yeah. Do you not want war versus wanting peace? The imagery is much different with each phrase, right? Misunderstanding something. I heard waited 2 days to mull. Asked Debbie. All is well. Funny, my name literally means full of grace. Oh, yeah. It's really easy um, to see or hear something and look at a situation and tell ourselves a story about it, right? And then we can change that story because you can think, is that true? Not what's her name, Bern Katie, or I can't remember. I can never get her name right. But changing that is this true, or am I guilty of this? Is this my fault? Yes. Thank you, Carol. That's the way to say it. It's removing ego from your perspective, then judgment can be abandoned. Yes. Yeah. And changing that perspective is not always easy, is it? So it is 40 minutes after, and we still haven't meditated. Let's do a quick meditation and maybe look at driving our buses today. So, anybody? Okay, wait a minute. This stuff is just too good. You guys are so good this morning. Words can be an insufficient way to convey thoughts and ideas, but it's all we have on earth. It's all we have right now, right, Teresa? It is an insufficient way because it can be interpreted so many ways. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, but staying butthurt is not a good place to be. Isn't that the truth, Carol? That's a definite t-shirt. I love that. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's take a few deep breaths. Breathing in love and light, prosperity, all the way up to our throat. Letting go. Go all the way down to your root chakra. Get those 3 deep breaths in, letting it out. Breathing in again, all the way up to your crown chakra. See the light coming in. And letting down, all the way to your toes. Releasing all that CO2. It's a good thing to remember as we're going through this process this week. Releasing CO2. Now breathing in 150 feet up from your crown chakra and letting go 150 feet down from your root chakra. True forgiveness, Mary Thornberry, yes. A lot of this stuff with relationships is forgiveness for us and them. Yes. Amen. Yeah. Now, let's go ahead and go up to Father Sky first. Just imagine ourselves going through the roof, wherever you are, outdoors, going through the skies, seeing the blue sky and the dark sky, either side of duality. The positive, the negative, the yin and the yang, receptive. Being receptive and being, what is it called? Receptive and aggressive? I can't remember. Anyway, both sides of it. Now, going farther, seeing the rainbows, seeing all the rays here, of healing, of love, of wisdom, of light, wrapping that up in a big gold ball going up to Father Sky with that golden orb. He touches it, turns it into a powerhouse of light. Seeing all our angels here with him, our ancestors, spirit guides, and they connect with us and let us fly around with that a bit. That love, seeing the different ways that it's changed us, and then seeing our healing, seeing the different people that we've met along the way, and the different aspects of ourselves, our inner children, and collecting them while we're here, bringing them with us. We can put them in that golden orb, or we can turn that golden orb into that school bus, that bus that we're driving. All our aspects of ourselves that have been hurt or injured, or have been powerhouses. Oh, hell to the yes, people. Bringing them all together. The strong ones take care of the ones that are hurt. Give them love. We have angels here that take care of those aspects that need transformation. Those little men that are passing, transforming. Annie Bear's dream. And seeing ancestors in your bus too today. Taking care of everybody. Taking care of all of us. Oh, now I'm seeing a convoy. I don't know about anybody else, but our tribe convoy. So going places, traveling, bringing all this into fruition as we move through this cycle. Even seeing the eclipse here. The moon, the full moon, and seeing how it is bringing in these changes and all this energy. It might turn things back a little bit and then forward a lot. The strength of it. But see that we've got seatbelts on. All of us do. We can get out of it when we want to. We're safe. We're together. And we're whole. We've collected. Okay, Carolyn, we're no longer that butt hurt. Because I like that. That's a good one. Now, bringing our energy back to this bus, this golden orb. And let's condense a little bit. Let's let it grow and move it back in and see the energy as we get changes, interchanges, and feeling them and growing them out with awareness. And sometimes we might want to retreat in with that inner child a little bit, give her a lot of love and him, taking care of them, nurturing them, giving them that rainbow of love and survival power, and then shining with them, flying with them, driving them to the next stop. Now, a supersonic highway, a highway in the heavens with all these aspects of ourselves. I'm seeing a toll road here. I'm seeing us giving and letting go on that toll road, letting go of something that's not serving us. And we've paid our price already. So, witnessing how strong we are and powerful, how we can hit the gas or hit the brakes if we want to rest for a minute. It can't all be transformation every second, right? Sometimes we need to assimilate all that energy, wisdom, and love. So let's park it. Maybe park it in a paradise, by an ocean, or by a forest, or both. Come on, Jeff, thanks. Oh, we've got a speed pass for the toll road. Thank you, Carol. There you go. Now, relaxing at our little spot, our paradise, bringing all our little ones with us and our angels, having a meal, having a rest with clean sheets, having all these little things that make us happy, and assimilating all this energy coming in, being gentle, taking time off when we need it, till we get back on that road, round everybody up. I'm glad I brought my sloth cup today because I remember getting kids in the car and I always said it was like rounding up sloths, corralling everybody, all our beautiful selves, all our aspects. Now, driving off, coming back with our speed pass through the toll road. We've been here before. We've done this at other times, and now we're remembering these lessons. It's not the first time we've been here. It's not the first time we've been through energy jumps. Other lifetimes this has happened. Maybe other planets. But we're all together. And knowing that that community, that convoy, supports us. That superhighway. We can go 40 or we can go 85. All right. Coming back to Father Sky, divine masculine. Thanking him. We, Annie Bear, right? Thanking Father Sky, coming back to the awareness of wherever we are, in our rooms, coming back in to our crown chakra, to our heart space, with all those beautiful, beautiful aspects of ourselves, driving. Miss Charlotte says, do you think we all knew each other on another planet, a different dimension? We're laughing right now and looking at Earth. Yeah, definitely. I love that. Now, we're going to ground real quick because we went out there pretty far. So feeling through our root chakra, the tendrils, the light that shines into Mother Earth, divine feminine, relaxing into her, rooting into her, connecting with all living things across the planet, all sentient beings, connecting with the crystals, the crystalline energy, and connecting with our roots, feeling Mother Earth give us a big hug. And she says, Grandma's here. What'd you think? I'd let you do this with only him? So, Grandma gets time with all her inner children, giving her hugs and kisses, and him, all aspects, male and female, them. Kisses and hugs, and coming back up to our heart space with that divine feminine and divine masculine energies. Collecting. Breathing in and breathing out. We're back. Back in this physical form, from your toes to your fingers, your root chakra to your crown chakra. Rubbing our hands, getting excited for the day ahead. Rubbing the backs of our hands, the top of our crown chakra. Breathing in and releasing. Annie, I think it was a car going by. I think it was a loud car. I have my windows open and everything is really loud, but the birds are going crazy too. So it was perfect timing, right? No chance. Just synchronicity. So completely back in our physical form. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, Carol. Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it? I think we need that. Remembering that we're all together in this, all across the planet. And remembering that we're never alone. Viviani, you're welcome, honey. So good to see you. So good to see everybody. Well, I know everybody has to walk their dogs today. I'm going to be on with Jane. I think we're on at 9:30 this morning. Let me see. It's going to be, she's in California. So normally we do 9 o'clock. But she's with her mom, her 88-year-old firecracker mom. Carol says, holding love and space for everyone. Oh, Annie, swooshes of appreciation. Yay. Yeah, everybody have a beautiful day. And it'll either be 9 or 9:30. I don't know. I can't find it. But Teresa says, do you think Father Sky is the atmosphere too? Yes, I do. Is he the air that we breathe? The sky touches the earth in the distance. Perhaps I thought him too far away when he was in my lungs when I breathe. Oh, that's so beautiful, Teresa. Oh, write that down and save that because that is so beautiful. That is like another t-shirt or poem. That's so beautiful. Yeah, he is the air we breathe, right? Oh, Miss Charlotte, I will say hi for you, honey. Yeah, she's going to be, I love getting together with Jane, with everybody here. It's so special. So, everybody have a beautiful day. Oh, George is going to be on the channel later on today, I'm pretty sure. So, we are scheduled. Now, that was a weird sound. Okay, I got to go. That might have been a cat. So, much love to everybody. Namaste.